Welcome to Child Abuse Awareness with Darlene J. Clark.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Child Abuse Awareness with Darlene J. Clark. Be a part of the solution instead of part of the problem. I'm sorry, my headphone set was not working. I could not hear any sounds whatsoever, so I had to change it out and unplug it. Hope everyone's having a great day today. But that's fine, Chris. You come back and do the replay later. How's everyone doing tonight? So, the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips a balance in favor of fair use. Go down here, trigger warning. This is not going to be an easy story. Okay. So Krista Roy is the mother from Missouri. She shot her sleeping son, stabbed him as he cried, "Mommy," because she wanted to put him out of his pain. Well, you're the one that caused the pain in the first place, woman. Why did you not just, oh, excuse me, I'm sorry, just do something to yourself instead of your son? It's at Krista Roy, St. Charles County Jail background, the Missouri home where she allegedly killed her 16-year-old son. It ain't no allegedly because she wanted him dead, okay? A 47-year-old mother in Missouri is accused of killing her 16-year-old son, shooting the boy multiple times as he slept, and then retrieving a knife from the kitchen and stabbing him, saying she wanted to put him out of his pain. Mothers like that, you don't, oh boy. Krista Roy was taken into custody earlier this week and charged with one count of first degree murder and one count of felony armed criminal action in her son's cold-blooded slaying, court records reviewed by Law and Crime show. According to a probable cause affidavit, officers with the St. Charles Police Department on Monday responded to a residence in the 3200 block of Lightfoot Drive after receiving requests for a welfare check from the victim's family friend. The callers were described as being extremely close to the victim and told police that they had not heard from him in several days, which they said was highly unusual behavior. Upon arriving at the home, first responders said they detected a foul odor from the home before entering. Inside, police said they found the victim deceased in his bed from multiple gunshot wounds and multiple stab wounds. The manner of death was ruled a homicide. A knife that appeared to be covered in blood and ballistic evidence were recovered from the scene. In subsequent interviews with the friends who made the request for the welfare check, they advised police that the victim loved life and was not suicidal. They also described the victim's mother as being strange and minimally involved in his life. Speaking about the last time they saw the victim, one of the friends told investigators that they had been together on the evening of Friday, September 26th, until about 2 a.m. on September 27th, when he dropped the victim off at his residence. The friend informed detectives that he had attempted to contact the victim several times over the course of the weekend, but was unable to reach him, the affidavit says. Investigators said they also discovered that the victim's mother, whom they identified as Roy, had attempted to commit suicide earlier in the day, Monday, and was still being treated at a local hospital. Detectives responded to the facility and, upon Roy's release, took her into custody in connection with her son's murder and brought her to the police department for questioning. Police say that after voluntarily waiving her Miranda rights, Roy confessed to killing her son in a recorded interview, revealing grisly details about the teen's final moments. Roy admitted to retrieving a firearm from her ex husband's residence on 9/26/2025. That means with the intention of shooting the victim and herself. So basically, she probably broke in and stole it. I'm sure that the daddy didn't want it taken. Furthermore, Roy admitted to shooting the victim multiple times while he was sleeping. Roy further confessed to lying in the bed with the victim, caressing him, and hearing the victim cry out, "Mommy," several times. When her son did not immediately die from the gunshot wounds, Roy allegedly admitted that she continued her efforts to end his life. Roy admitted to getting up from the bed, retrieving a knife from the kitchen, and stabbing the victim, police wrote. Roy stated she did this to put the victim out of his pain. When asked if she wanted to kill the victim, Roy replied, "Yeah." Roy was transported to St. Charles County Jail, where she is currently being held on $1 million cash only bond, records show. It was not immediately clear when she was scheduled to appear in court. So let's go to here. And this one right here is at ksdk.com. Charges St. Charles mother shot and stabbed teen son. Lay next to him as he died, according to authorities. Prosecutor said the victim caressing the teen son him and hearing the victim cry out, "Mommy," several times, documents authors county stabbing her 16-year-old son, then lying in bed next to him as he died, according to authorities. Prosecutors on Tuesday charged Krista Roy with first-degree murder and armed criminal action. Her son, Carter Bennett, was found dead on Monday by officers responding to a welfare check. According to court documents on both Sunday and Monday, friends asked St. Charles police to check on Bennett because they hadn't heard from him for several days, which was highly unusual. They had dropped him off about 2 o'clock in the morning, I think on Saturday, and hadn't been able to get in touch with them. So they asked the police to go by and perform a welfare check to make sure that everything was okay, prosecuting attorney Joe McCulloch said. Officers responded to the home on Monday smelled a foul odor. The officers entered the home and found Bennett dead in his bed with multiple gunshot wounds and stab wounds. A knife with blood on it was lying on the bed next to him. The friends who called police, who were extremely close with Bennett, said he loved life and was not suicidal, and was described his mother as strange and minimally involved in his life. On Thursday, police identified the boy as Carter Bennett. May he rest in peace. Officers learned the boy had allegedly attempted suicide earlier Tuesday and went to the hospital where she was being treated. They took her into custody after her release and conducted a police interview. Here she is right here. The closer up of her mugshot. Sorry. Closer up of her mugshot. I'm sorry. I hate how it does that. Try to minimize it. That goes to the credit of the St. Charles Police Department, that picture right there. She confessed that she had obtained a pistol with the intent to kill her son. and herself, and that she shot him several times while he was sleeping in his bed, McCulloch said. She then lay down with him because he was still alive, was caressing him, and he was calling out her name, calling, Mommy, Mommy. She was lovingly caressing him, knowing that she was trying to kill him. I mean, that's a fake love, you know? That is not love at all. She told authorities she then got up from the bed to get a knife and then stabbed him several times to put him out of his pain. When asked if she wanted to kill her son, she said, yeah, police said. Officers executed a search warrant on Roy's ex husband's home and found the suspected pistol used in the shooting. So she got back in and hid the pistol. See, court documents did not say how or when the gun was returned to the home. Well, she tried to commit suicide, tried to shoot herself, but ended up back in the house. You know what I'm saying? What? Wow. Roy was being held on a 1 million cash only bond. To me, it looks like she was going to try to get the husband the blame on the her ex husband when she put the gun back over there, the murder weapon. We are saddened to learn of the passing of a former student the St. Charles School District shared. Our hearts go out to the child's family, friends, and all who loved him. Because he was no longer enrolled in our district, we did not send an email to the families. However, we did alert staff members so they could provide care and connect students with counseling support if needed. Wow. Sad, sadistic woman. Hey, Bucket, good to see you. Love and prayers to you too. Oh boy. So you can imagine the pain and the heartache that the children, the friends of this teenager, it's horrible. She don't look like a kind person either. If you look closely at the picture, you know, you look at a picture, she's looks like she's pretty ticked off. But it's kind of sad that she would shoot her son several times and then lay on the bed with him as he's dying. And because he didn't die so quickly, then she goes gets knives and stabs him repeatedly. If you, I mean, you see your son suffering, come from medical. I mean, you intentionally wanted to do this to your son, and may you get the death penalty. I hope and pray you get the death penalty. You don't deserve to stay in jail and us support you and you get a bed to sleep in and food in your stomach. You stopped all that for him. You do not deserve it. Thank you all for listening. Please pass this on. Stories like this is very important to get out as well. This Carter Bennett did not deserve to be murdered by the mother. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. Yeah, prayers for the family, prayers for the friends who were really close to Carter Bennett. Prayers for the father as well, because now his father has lost a son just because of her. Thank y'all so much, and God bless y'all.